Hey guys, Pro here. Welcome back to the channel. This is
Sparta!
my mob farm. I have been working on this for weeks. Its basic form is from Ilmango. And I'm so excited. I'm just stumbling over my words. This thing is huge, okay? Let me take this, and you can see all the platforms. Now, it takes the Ilmango basic design, and I'm going to build this in my hardcore survival world. It's going to take a long time, but I'm going to do it. So, sea level 62 is what this platform represents, okay? And so pretend that we're on the ocean right now, meaning all of that is underneath the ocean. And each of these platforms, this is right here, ocean level. And this goes up, I forgot the amount. It goes up enough blocks to kill an Enderman, though, from the bottom platform right here. And I have modified this from Ilmango's design by adding observers down to here. Let me go ahead and take this. And see, that takes the redstone signal from the top through observers. Instead of using pistons like he did, I used this little bit of trickery. And let me go ahead and fix this. Okay, so it takes Ilmango's basic design and adds to it in a way that I think makes it less noisy, less laggy, and it does restrict the Minecraft version it works in, but I'm fine with that. And down here, I'm still working on this collection mechanism. This works sometimes, because the reason why I say only sometimes, let me go ahead and add in some minecarts. This is just a concept video, mind you. Proof of concept, not a showcase. So if we launch all these little minecarts, let's track this one. Hopper minecarts, get all this stuff from the magma blocks on top. And when they come over here, if they have something, they stop and they unload and then start this little redstone clock to fire off this. What? What? Okay, I fixed that. Apparently, this was missing from all of those pads. So I was losing some drops when I'm going to give you the figure for the hourly drop rate for this, and it's going to be lower than what this thing can actually do. So that's good news. So, as I was explaining, the minecart, if it picks up something, comes over there, stops, unloads. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. Let's get some random thing here and just dump it all out. This is in peaceful mode right now, by the way. So it'll go over this block. See, it just took it up. Now it'll come over here and stop, and it will unload. Now, it will stay here until the hopper minecart is totally empty. So to help speed along this process, I'll just do that. Now you see it left, and the dropper is still spitting stuff out. The stuff comes along here, all the way over here, joins up with that thing, and gets shot to the middle over here into this collection system. And this whole bottom area below this killing floor is still something that I'm not gonna. This system doesn't work. That's what I'm trying to say. Because let's see if it's already happened. No, it has not already happened. Well, I'll show you. Let me stop this one. Now watch when this one comes by. Okay? Or I'll cut it so to the right point. Okay, now watch this minecart when it comes back. It'll grab this minecart. Bam! Did you see that? So the minecart, let me go ahead and stop these. When it comes in contact with the other minecart, which happens a lot, all 4 of these minecarts, like going all in their own little ways, they hit each other. And that stops them sometimes. Sometimes their velocities will just negate each other. And other times, I've seen them glitch into one another. So then you're missing a whole quadrant of track. One quadrant has 2 carts in the exact same location, as if it's one cart. And then you have no minecart in this whole quadrant. And that's a problem. And I need to fix that. And I might just use Ilmango's design. But the problem with his is it requires so much more redstone, all that stuff, all the way down here to carry down the signal, and then all those droppers for all that water. It just seemed like this made more sense, but it doesn't work. So I'm still working on that. This is just a proof of concept. Now we'll come up to here. Mobs will despawn outside of a 128 block radius. So this maximizes that. I drew out the hypotenuse, did a little, a squared plus b squared equals c squared type thing, and realized that's not really going to work totally. So then I did the 3-dimensional distance formula, square root of the x's, difference of the x's squared plus the difference of the y squared plus the differences in the z squared. And I went from that location to the directly opposite side, and this is the lowest, like this block right here, I think is 126 blocks away from my player. And if I went 1 block higher, I think it'd be like 128, or 129. It was either too close to call for comfort or just too far. So this is the maximum distance from the lowest floor here. And up here, the way I limited these spawning platforms is build height. I could have gone higher, but I wanted room to build. And as it is, let's see here. So I could have put down another 1 or 2 platforms probably, but I just wanted to be sure while I was building it that I had the room to do so. And obviously down here, like I said, you're at the ocean level, and I didn't want to start having to go underwater or something weird like that. Making use of the water to prevent other spawns. This thing spawns quickly. Now, this is the hopper clock. What it does is, it's a standard hopper clock right here. But since I'm using observers, they put out a signal when they get a tick. Okay? Not just if it has a redstone signal, it produces a redstone signal. It's when it gets one and when it loses one. So I wish you could have heard the tick then. Something's weird with the redstone sound right now. I don't know why. But what I'm saying is this observer does not just give a signal when it gets a signal and stops giving a signal when it stops giving a signal. What happens is redstone hits it, it gives a signal. Redstone leaves, it gives a signal. And so to mitigate that, I give 2 signals timed accordingly through here. So this is how long it takes for this signal to travel through here is how long the water stays on the platform. And this is just a straight up signal. So I can adjust how long the water runs on the platform by using a different amount of repeaters or different setting of repeaters here. And you see I still have some room, but I maximized it so that the water is only there for a minimum amount of time, and the mobs only get flushed off when they sorry. The water only lasts as long as it takes to get the hardest mob to get off. In this case, I think it was a spider, and I also added ice here to kind of help, so they get pushed and they'll kind of grab. So if it's on normal block, they'll kind of grab, and if it's on the ice, they just kind of get pushed off. Nice and smooth. And in my survival world, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find enough packed ice for all of that. And currently, okay, so I made one of these and then using World Edit copied and pasted. And for some reason, when I was in normal Minecraft, this stuff just wasn't working. That's why you couldn't hear the observers working and the dispensers working, because they weren't. The whole time I was recording, there was no water coming out of them. And that's not because I had this dust removed. I mean, I did this on purpose here. So, oh, I do need to time this properly though. Let me go ahead and, okay. Good. So, oh, not good. Let me fix this. Okay, so while I was messing around with the redstone right before this concept show off, proof of concept, I got these things out of sync, and I have figured out how to get them into sync. So the key is, and what I mean by sync is, I want this water to only be here for a short amount of time, and for it to stay water free for a longer amount of time. That allows this stuff, the water to only be here as long as necessary to flush the mobs away, and the spawn pads stay spawnable for longer. To fix this, while it has a signal, oh wait, I have to wait. While it has a signal, break it. And wait until it loses a signal. Then put it down. Now it'll be synchronized properly with this. See? No water, letting it spawn. Quick flush. Then it turns off. Finishes flushing. And allows it to spawn again. So that's how I have the redstone set up here. Simple hopper clock with a double delay kind of system, like messing with a different delay to mess with those observers and the way that they receive a signal, how they pulse. So yeah, let me take it out of peaceful mode here and show you the rain. The rain. Actually, before I do this, I'll go ahead and put down in the minecarts. Even though it's a broken system, it'll work for a few minutes sometimes, and I'll show you maybe 5 minutes worth of drops. Okay, I've placed all the minecarts. It's not going to be long before they start failing again though, but I just wanted to show no items being flowed, no minecarts have items, it's still in peaceful mode, nothing's being spawned. These are empty. So I'm going to go up to the spawn point and set a 10-minute timer and show you what this does in 10 minutes. Okay, I have my timer ready, and I'll just do a time lapse here. Get ready to watch the mobs rain. Open it up. Hardcore. Ready with the timer, and go. Spider. Creepers, skeletons. All of that. Now the one thing I don't know for sure is if it's good to have so many platforms. Or if that messes up the way that the chunks are loaded and the probability of something spawning. See that spider getting stuck on that? That's when the ice is supposed to stop. Oh well. He'll get flushed down. There he goes. Alright, so 10-minute time lapse. Yeah. Just gonna sit here for 10 minutes and I'll come back in and show you all the loot you get in 10 minutes. That's time. All right, so I did not change it to daytime, you know, to make it easier for spawns, even though we're far away, you know, just leaving it natural. Okay, it's on peaceful now, meaning that some of the stuff that was falling might have died, but that's okay. This is a rough approximation. Now let's see the scan for the damage. What I was talking about earlier, where the minecarts get stuck on each other and they're not picking up what they're supposed to. Ah, here we go, right here. Let's pick up all this stuff. Okay. So that means some of this stuff is probably despawned. Yep. Here we go. A lot of this is probably despawned. Man. Because you don't know how long it's been broken. I think that's it. So here, I'll show you what I mean. Oh, there's a little string. Interesting how it got here. And then it's only spiders that are doing that. Huh. Another thing to look into fixing. So what happens is, in this case, it looks like, yeah, he got stopped. Okay. Now, was it this one? He got stopped. Okay. Sometimes they just become one, and it's weird. Like two of them join up, but that didn't happen this time, it looks like. So, 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes. We got that. Get any, there's one inner pearl. That's what I was looking for. 2. So, you know, it'd be a little more efficient drop-wise without making it 3 high and allowing endermen to spawn, but I like getting ender pearls, so, you know, I'll take a hit on efficiency to get a little better drops. Let's count them up. Alright, you ready? This is 10 minutes worth of stuff, okay? I've collected everything from all of these chests and put it into this one, plus what I have in my inventory right here. And I've kind of organized it too. Look at all the bones. You can use that for all kinds of wheat, potatoes, carrots, anything. Trees, automatic tree farms, you know, they eat up that bone meal. And this is going to provide it. All of those arrows. Hopefully you get infinity on a bow. But if you don't, that's nice. And if you want to load up some dispensers, do a little trickery magic with that kind of stuff, you know, automatic firing arrows, get plenty of them. This is a huge one right here. This little series right here, in 10 minutes, you get enough for a lot of rockets. I haven't calculated it out yet because I haven't even made them yet because I don't even have elytra. But if you have elytra and you have this stuff plus the paper, you get all kinds of rockets and you can fly. Witches, 13 redstone, 8 sugar, 10 glowstone. That's respectable, okay? 10 minutes, it's not a witch farm, but you still get some nice stuff from that. Spider stuff is used in potions. That's great. Free bottles for that, by the way, too. Lots of string can be used in wool or all kinds of stuff. Rotten flesh, you know. I'm glad it's a minimum. Look at that. It's not even 3 stacks compared to all this useful stuff. And 2 ender pearls in 10 minutes. On average, in 1 hour, that means 12 ender pearls, which is what it takes for, if I remember correctly, for finding an end thing, or filling up an end portal thing. So in 1 hour, you get enough to do that. Now, add it all up, if I did my math correctly, this is 3152 items in 10 minutes times 6 to make that 60 minutes, which is 1 hour, is 18,912 items. So let's call that 18 to 19,000 items per hour. Ilmango's, for his one tiny one, was 20,000 per hour. So yeah, that's I think maybe some of the stuff despawned from those broken minecarts. Or the thing I said about the chunks, like having way more spawn platforms. Maybe having way more spawn platforms makes it divide up into chunks more and makes it less likely for stuff to spawn. I don't know. Maybe having 4 of them is bad because it makes stuff. I don't know how the spawn mechanics work here, and I don't know how they work very well in general, and I'm just gonna have to look it up. Another thing is this is higher than Ilmango's. I'm pretty sure that his is a lot lower to the ground, which he said improves the efficiency. So I don't know if 18 and 19 is good or bad. This is a whole lot of work for something that is way bigger, way more work than Ilmango's simple design with that gets more drops. So I'm going to look into it. This is one reason I made this proof of concept before building it in the hardcore mode, because that would be a crazy amount of work. And you know, if it does take this at this altitude for that kind of drop rate, that's still awesome and it's still impressive, and I still might do it. I'm definitely going to build something on this scale. I just don't know if it's worth, if this particular design is worth it or not. I'm thinking I'm going to go with it. I'm going to do some more research to see if the spawn mechanics are working properly, or if, I don't know, taking off 10 of these things actually improves the spawn rate and the drop rate. Something to look into. And another thing is how long I'm letting stuff spawn here. Right, this might be too long before I flush them out. Maybe I should start flushing them out a lot earlier and have less time of just them sitting here once they spawn in. It's something to look into, and just building this in creative with world edit took hours and it probably took 20 hours to build this, design it, build it, think it through with world edit. And you know, if this is the best, within reason, all right, there are ones that are massive, like dome things. That's like absolutely the best. I don't want that. I want something within reason, and for me, this is reasonable. This is, I don't know, 2 weeks of hard work in a hardcore mode world of gathering resources and building, and this thing can happen. 18 to 19,000 per hour, AFK one night, and you are golden. I'm gonna have to build a huge storage system for this. I was thinking some huge silos and a nice sorting system. I don't know what I'll do, but the collection system needs to be sorted out too. I think the flushing mechanism, maybe Ilmango's kind of flushing mechanism, but modifying it so that you could have it timed so the mobs survive the fall, get flushed into here, and then you can hit them for some XP. That would be some wicked XP, wouldn't it? I think, I don't know, I'm excited. I have big hopes. I have big aspirations. This is going to be a hard thing to do, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be fun. And guys, tune in for my hardcore series. Thanks for watching this episode. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't, you're weird. And if you really liked it, then subscribe.